What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blaze Game with King's Critiques, and we're here for There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover unless... Usually I'd have this up on Monday, but I had another concert to go to yesterday, and I will do my best to try and get up what I can, when I can, throughout the rest of the summer, because it's concert season, so that is how it is. But, we're getting to this first above anything else this week, because in the last episode we started off with probably what's going to be the best Yuri show of the season, and I couldn't help but want to get back to it. I would have gotten back to it sooner, but it really didn't get up until I was about to leave the house yesterday. So here we are. I could give a rundown of what happened the last episode, but I'm pretty sure the statement happening on screen right now gives enough of a clue. So I think I need to do that. I'll just give the quick rundown of the blonde chick thought the pink hair chick was going to kill herself and they've been best friends, but instead she rescued her from that, and then she fell in love with her after a little conversation after, sitting in a tree together, which, that old childhood thing comes to mind. Do they even do that thing anymore as children? Do they even do the blank and blank sitting in a tree? Do they even do that anymore? Anyway, if you're watching this show, as always, it's encouraged to stick around and have conversations in the comment section. Second caveat would be, since the red platform are dumb McDuty heads and want to keep doing dumb shit to me, I guess I'll start announcing where the things I review are, just so they don't, yell at me. I'll, post the channel in the description that uploads these or something. Because this one I'm watching on YouTube, as far as I know, it's only on YouTube. Someone did link me something else, but I don't know if that's an official source or not, so I just didn't bother to look at it nor keep it in mind. Other usual caveat, if the video is shorter than intended, do blame the red guys as well regardless, because they're always the ones that have an AI check copyright shit, and it just kinda sucks. And the last, as per usual, it's always appreciated if you're not going to have it for conversations. At the very least, let the video run through to let me get the watch time. It's good for the algorithm, as is hitting the like button and subscribing. That said, let us get into things, shall we? But it's not. Doesn't matter if it's, a man and a woman, or two women, or, if you're that type of person, two men. Dating is better than being friends in a majority of ways, because, if one person feels something about another person, there's just always an uncomfortableness about it when you're friends. But, when you're actually just dealing with the fact you're a couple, you can hang out, you can talk, you can play games, you can read shit together, you can watch movies, and all of it, give or take some cuddling. Because not like anything's wrong with that as friends or lovers. That's a very interesting way to put it, I suppose. Why did it just quadruple hit the button? Anyway, didn't I just say 2 seconds ago something about them playing games together? Bitch has a lot of money to buy a PS5, though. I also see a Switch over there. Damn, that's a lot of money. Be able to drop fucking grand on 2 game systems. Granted, I dropped a theoretic money on this computer way more than it's actually worth, and I really need to talk to the people in charge so I can be fix. My Discord and Google Chrome are terrible graphically, as well as that killer program. Just so many unneeded problems. Well, yeah, trying to understand you is kind of a thing that someone who wants to be your significant other would do. You knew she had to do something like that, right? See, you say that's the exact kind of harmony you wanted, but that could still happen on either side of the field. It doesn't matter. So, what you're trying for here isn't necessarily one side or the other. She's gonna turn into something that's more couple-based, but, video games are not just a friend thing to enjoy together. Come on. A good significant other will enjoy the video games with you. She's trying way too hard to keep it from one end, even though she's still leaning toward the maybe side. And she probably was having a lot of fun, though she was probably also more focused on many other things. Teehee, girlfriend day. Can I go over again? Make things feel better. Editing me, I'm sorry. This is just one of those seasons of anime for you. You really don't have a reason to say no. You already did bring her over as a friend, So what's the harm in bringing her over as a girlfriend? You can still enjoy the same shit. She just, like, might try some more things just knowing the level y'all are on. She gave in and said yes. Holy shit. An anime where they actually draw the eyes of the background characters. Forgot about that for a minute. You know, I still, like, based on the intro, want to know, though, like, do all of them know about how Mai is, that she is just outrightly gay? Has she tried to hit on all of them before, and that's how they all got to be her friends? As they all, like, tempered her down? Donnie Bland? Listen, not wrong. I don't think she'd quite give the OG Sama expression. However, this picture, not bad. Like, it does have that vibe to it. Her mom's just on the porch and like, honey, who is this? Just, there's probably a bunch of adjectives hitting her brain at one time of what she wants to say. She just can't really nail down the right thing. Would Mai be so bold as to announce herself as the girlfriend immediately, or just like wait until it's actually, official? How many balls does this woman have? Damn, the mother doubting her so strong on that. Okay, to be fair, since that can mean a lot of things, at least that's the best thing she could have said. Instead of saying, me and Renako and I are on again, off again girlfriends in training. That would have been more awkward. Also, the stay out of my room comment is totally a significant other thing. Just saying. She's baiting her. She's gonna make a bet with her, isn't she? About like, if I win, I get a kiss. That kind of cliche shit. And she'll actually be good at it too. Yeah, call that one. Okay, she's so adorable she can't say no though. That's not a good look. Listen, when you say best 2 out of 3 with somebody who can learn something pretty well, she either A, already knew it from, playing games with her childhood friend, the black haired chick that reminds me of Akame, or she just needed the one game to actually know what she was doing, lose it, and then she beat the other two. K.O. Of course you did, you little rich people. Yeah. But hey. Isn't that a good thing? Because, like, if she wanted to practice and get better, yeah, she only did it for the reasoning of winning the bet and getting her smooch. But, that also means she's completely dedicated to wanting to be with Renako, so not really a bad thing. Whether it be one way or the other, she's dedicated to stick close to her. Of course, just let me... What was that sound? Oh no. What did she prepare? Why do I feel like she had just a lot of things she could be doing that were just written down just so she could close her eyes and pull something out? Like, there's probably other things that are as simple as kissing, and then there's probably things that go further beyond. That's kind of regular enough to be suspicious. It's like, yeah, but also you should be happy it's just that. I mean, hey, she's already pulled off some pretty smooth and suave shit before, so it's not like this is too much different. Except for the closeness. Damn, dropping the sweet talk in it while she's doing it. I like how she's asking a very obvious question, like, bitch, why would she not? She's already said she likes you. That's not just like typical rich person, hey, I like you, let's be together, and then they dump you a week later. Now, that's a guy thing. A woman thing, also probably like that when it's a straight relationship, but like, these kind of things, rich people usually don't bullshit. Like, if a rich person is in love with someone of the same gender, they're usually actually pretty, like, I don't know, pretty outright with it. They're not usually like, alright, I'm bored of you, piss off. I mean, it probably does happen a lot, especially nowadays, but like, in normal societies, it probably doesn't. I'm not saying society nowadays is anywhere close to normal, it just is not. You already confirmed this with her before. Yes, very much so. And better not to waste your time if you already have someone who's saying that and just give it a whirl. You know, once you're past your teens, it gets harder and harder and harder to find anything. Granted, when you're a hot young woman, that's probably different. And at the very least, Renako, come on, you can't really say she's not. Mai has her own thing about her, but Renako, the look of shock on her face, like, are you fucking kidding? Just shock and awe. Also, like, I know it does happen, and it's a concept I don't think I'll ever comprehend of how are super hot people regular or average? Like, I know it's just because of the way they perceive themselves and act and dress, but like, when can I find somebody like that? You know, somebody that's like average as hell, but still way out of my league, but somehow I click with them. Like, I'll be completely honest, I'm pretty sure I like messed something up that could have led to something more interesting last night when I was at that concert. So now I kind of just like have thoughts in my head of like, should I have said something more? Should I have done something more? But honestly, I was like hot and like irritated and distracted, so like my brain wasn't really working like right to be like, hey, there's a cute girl talking to me, trying to see if she can help me with my problems. I should be smooth as shit. No, I was way too fucking hot, and it was too bright, and I was too just out of it to even think of anything like that. Worst part is, I probably could have pulled some shit too, because the woman was there with like the same kind of situation I was, you know, like a parental kind of figure there with her, and maybe if I see her at another concert, I'm going to enough this season. Maybe I'll catch her again. Maybe I'll actually say something. I don't know. I'm not that smooth, nor cool, nor I can't really use the sake of attractiveness in this case, because like she did seem like the kind of girl that realistically I probably could get. Not saying she was unattractive, she was actually well attractive for my type of woman. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. It's kind of awkward to just have a friend randomly touching your finger like that, but she, at least I believe, is more realistically your friend than the other case. However, I also still am pretty sure that Mai has probably hit on all of them over the years, but all of them tempered her down pretty quickly. However, that does not mean that some of them won't end up like. Actually, matter of factly, by the intro, maybe she has the fact of maybe they all like her by the end anyway. But Mai is still not like. I think this is actually kind of the closest case to what is a Yuri Harem anime that actually intends on being that, but also does not because they're not gonna like openly admit everybody likes her in that kind of way. Friendly, sure, but in that kind of way, probably not. So maybe like a self delusional harem, unlike things like I don't know Slime 300, where yes, it's a harem, but it's also not as if everybody is openly saying they want to be with Azusa in that way. In this sense, can't say that it's only episode 2. I can still hope a little bit that like main girl Mai and then everybody else. I think opening the world to lesbianism has like broken her brain to thinking what she wants to think though. Meanwhile, Mai comes in and her hands are being touched by all of their other friends and it's like jealous. Off you go. No, you're not letting Mai mess with you. You're letting her open you up to the possibilities. And listen, I'll say time and time again, much as I personally, as the low common denominator as a straight white male nowadays, would love a girlfriend at any opportunity, I also am totally here for any and every kind of, in this case, I will use the term of Yori based relationship because they're just too pure. Like, yes, I have seen a lot of lesbians have their issues. Mentioned before, my cousin, one of those, multiple issues. But still more often works out better than, like, a straight couple. Unfortunately. But I guess that's kind of where the stigma has come to me being the lowest common denominator, is because, like, a lot of my type of person has, like, ruined it for the rest of us. And then watch, you'll basically come to about the same things. Damn. See, the fucked up thing is she's already probably gonna write down everything Renako already does for that, though. Disney World! Yay, Disneyland, yay! Hey, wait a minute. Holy shit! She really got down to the nitty gritty of the uncensored stuff, didn't she? To be fair, morality off the shelf, you do kind of have a great body, though, Ren. Okay, also rude as hell. Like, granted, I feel like the other girl might have a little bit better of a body, but Ren's body is still, like, the best of the friend group. Second best, if arguing. But, see, that's not correct. Like, just wanting a girlfriend as a girl isn't a passing whim, I would imagine. Maybe it is in real life frequently for girls in high school, You decide you like girls, or you might like girls, so you just pick up a girlfriend on a whim, and then you're like, never mind, so you drop them. But, like, that's usually in, like, okay, girls like Mai do fit that role, but it's anime, so they don't. But usually, yes, it is the rich or popular or pretty girls that usually are like, I want to try being gay for a week. Grab a girlfriend and then be like, never mind. And then dump her, break her heart. That probably does happen a lot, I won't lie, but it's anime. Exactly what she just said. I'm sure you did. And she just took it off the course again. Like, she was really getting somewhere with that hand-holding thing, and then, yeah. But at least she's trying. She's being fully honest. That's a good thing. It's not like she's trying to, like, keep all of what she wants off the shelf just to try and, gain your trust and then try some more shit. No, she's just already all out there, like, no, I'm in love with you. That goes from as simple as hugging and kissing to as much as, I don't have the editing effort while it's this hot to try and come up with some sort of duck, goose, horn, cow, car sound effect. Yes, they can! Are you sure? Because there's a lot of friends that do that kind of stuff too. So, like, and that much I will say that, yes, that is not just me thinking things. That is me being online for pretty much a majority of my life and learning that friends do that shit too. Her purity shines too bright. Actually, I think the funniness of me saying her purity shines too bright, but she's also, like, as perverted as a typical man as far as a relationship goes. And the meme, like, head turn. The effect of people not getting eyeballs because they're so irrelevant took place finally. Well, look at who's jealous now. Couple of guys that may as well be drawn into an H content, making Ren just a little bit jealous. Something she wouldn't do if they were just there as friends, huh? You'll protect her? Aren't you supposed to be there as friends? Yes. Holding hands and doing that kind of shit can be best friend behavior, that you cannot argue. That's totally not where her head's at with it, but it's so terrible where my mind goes. I heard main event and I thought of very not best friend activities. Bitch probably actually goes skiing on a regular basis. Bitch mentioned about buying a VR set for her home. How rich are you? Come on. Granted, that'd be kind of fun. I was about to say, she was about to say some shit like that. No, she does. Yeah, you get self-conscious if you have a reason to be. Like, if you're all... Here's the thing. I get this is probably the crazy part on why people always say be friends with someone before you can be their partner. But also that's not realistic in the real world, unfortunately. Like, if you've been friends with a very long time, maybe. But if you're getting to be old as dirt and already have one leg in the ground, that is an impossibility. But for young girls like that, yeah, they can think that way if they want, but, like, the one's already in love with the other, so, like... Actually, here's the funny part. I think Ren is looking at a relationship in the same kind of way that I look at having a job. I've had one job, but also the stories of people I hear of how jobs have been over the last 10 years. I literally would keep having the stakes I do of either this succeeds one way or the other, or, you know? Nah. Once the best friend thing came out, she's like, yeah, she's wearing white, so that kind of did not end up well for her. Okay, now, hotel coming from her sounds bad, but it's probably just to meet up with the mother out of, like, a lack of, or a lot of prying eyes. Okay, maybe not. Okay, now, like, the red platform might yell at me for pausing here, but I'm just gonna point out the obvious of, she does not have those most of the time. What the deuce? Like, I know we saw her in a swimsuit at the end of last episode, but what the deuce? Like, as far as I'm considered, she was like one of the smaller three of the group. Like, the black haired chick, the blue haired chick, they were pretty small. I consider her to be pretty small too. Like, we saw her in a swimsuit. They were not like that last episode. Ren literally has the, oh no, she's hot, going on in her mind. Oh no, it certainly is, you lying little bitch. To be fair, at least from my understanding, from what I've heard from other people, it is not too strange for friends to, help each other out in those situations long as they don't get frisky. And even that does happen sometimes. That also might be me watching anime too much, though. Because, like, we've seen multiple times where, the women bathe together and, okay, yes, things get frisky a lot of the times in those situations, like, Dead Mount Death Play. Which I still need to finish that. But also in that example, I guess it went from turning one, like, homicidal maniac into a lesbian, so... yeah. So, without my best friend... Sure, that's where we're going with this. God damn. Yes. She promises she won't lay her hands on you much other than to help out. Well, that is such a small tub for two big girls like that. And yes, I mean in that way. Yeah, no, you asked kind of an awkward question asking if you were easy for her. It's like, not in that way, but also maybe in that way. Factual is a bad thing, though. You've never really had either before, though, so how can you know what you want? Maybe you're thinking of your best friend as being your significant other style best friend. I will say the one thing that bothers me the most about the art style, like, everything is drawn fantastic. The eyes are pretty, the bodies are great, all that is awesome. The eyebrows being drawn over the hair, though, that does throw me off a little bit. She understands it. Nope, not right now. Hey, yo. I mean, early kiss! Didn't have to wait 10 episodes for some bullshit. Granted, Renako's probably not gonna react too well, but at least we didn't have to wait 10 episodes for some bullshit. It gave her more to think about. However, that reaction says she's confused, but not necessarily hated it. See, she's relaying it in a good way. Nope. Not at all. Well, if you're satisfied, then I suppose that... Oh, no, you're not. Okay, now, while the forceful kissing is not a great thing, it's not like she's directly saying no. And, like, if she had, would back off. Like, she does seem like that type of person. She might be rich, but she's not, like, that type of rich. If Renako had said, yeah, one and done is fine, I'm good, she'd probably like, fine. But no, she ain't fighting it, so... And I know that's the bad kind of wording to use, per se, but in this case, I'm sure a rejection would be taken with earnest. Did you just try and clip her hair back to normal to think that would help? It probably won't, but, like, that's a good move. Because, I mean, I've said before, best friends do that kind of shit too, based on the things I've seen. She's like, yeah, I don't think that'll get you out of it. And now she's trying to weasel her way out of it? Yeah, sure. I mean, she's not wrong, again, based on what I've heard, so, like... And she still went back in anyway, as I knew she would. But again, it's not like she's being denied, per se. Like, because Renako didn't exactly say no, she tried to, like, hold her back through the friend thing, and it's like, You didn't really hold her back because you still said sometimes friends kiss for fun. So that was just a matter of, well, let's see if this is still fun then. Pretty fucking bitch, I swear. Yes. Actually, that is also a thing that friends can technically say to each other, that they love each other. Like, nothing says that's wrong. However, the cuddling together part might be a little more on the one end than the other. That is a thing friends still do. But also, she said she wasn't going to force you. And the first one was. Afterward, she gave you time. I'm just saying, like, she did give a brief pause between each time she kissed her to be like, yeah, no, okay, no more of that. But she didn't. Okay, I'm starting to think maybe this is the one that only has 6 episodes this season, because I know one of the anime I'm watching only has 6 episodes. I'm starting to think this one did, because otherwise they will make wait at least 10 episodes for any kind of kiss. This ain't Sakura Trick. No, it didn't. Like, y'all still had fun as friends, and then you also had fun as more than friends. Oh, I bet. Getting noobs were becoming lesbians. Number one, I do want to feel the whole. Don't yell at me for the things I say. Everything is strictly by hearsay or what I see in anime or whatever. Obviously, I can't be more than like a mental lesbian, so I can't say a lot of that stuff per se. But Yuri is still one of my favorite genres of anime or any media, really. So, not like I can really be like, talk down to like I don't know what I'm talking about at all. Like, I've been watching content similar to this for damn near 20 years, honestly. Like, fun fact, first thing that introduced me to this kind of category was a random ass movie that was on, I think, HBO called But I'm a Cheerleader. That was the kind of the first thing that led me into the introduction of, like, girl love, I guess, as it was. And then, like, the tons of anime I've watched over the years. Namely, stuff like Sakura Trick, Citrus, whatever, but, I mean, there's also things like this. There's Yuri Bait, like, the Meet Me at the Food Court that shows on Mondays as well. Things like Sign 300, where a couple of them make their, intentions known towards Azusa. Like, why can I not remember the Demon King's name? Whatever. But yeah, see, like, I have my history of at least knowing all this Yuri related stuff myself from those kind of examples. And, like, the things I read in, like, chat rooms and stuff of people talking about what they have experienced with their significant others and whatnot. So, while I haven't been in a straight relationship in a while, I at least can speak on that end quite well. And I can speak on the end of other relationships well enough because I see a lot of those just going horribly. But, we're just gonna leave off with this because, well, it is hot as balls and I would like to get my air conditioner on smile. So, number one, it seems like the relationship between Renako and Mai are going quite well. And maybe we'll see that other Uranus spread to some of the other people in a little bit of a way. While she's in story on vacation with her mother doing that stuff. And I'm still on well enough of the fence to say that maybe Mai tried hitting on her other friends before over time. And that'll probably be like a little arc. But maybe it'll come down to all of them essentially being like, well, she did try to hit on us, but we just were not as into it, and she eventually just, like, decided she wasn't into it either. But you're actually the one she's been on for the longest out of all of us. One of those, she's always liked girls, she just didn't like us. But you're special. And again, one more time, can we just applaud for an early kiss? Like, rom-coms rarely ever do that shit. Doesn't matter if it's straight or gay. Rom-coms rarely ever give us a kiss so early. And for that, we thank you. Especially not like that. Like, shit, bitch went in like 3 different times. Pretty sure the only other time I've seen something like that go down. Trucks, man. Good? Can I keep talking, you assholes? Hold on, fast forward this for a second. The fucking garbage people? I'm guessing that's the recycle people, yes, because the recycle bucket has the lid open. Okay, anywho. But yeah, like, the relationship is developing quite well, and I can't wait to see where else it develops from here. You know, obviously we won't get to see anything else if it develops in that sense, because this is on YouTube. The fact that they showed as much as they did honestly shocks me. Oh no, I said the platform's name. Anyway, it really doesn't matter. This goes up mostly on the red platform anyway, and it's not like the orange platform has like searchable boxes for paid for content, which I still need to figure out some free content to upload on the orange platform, so like maybe it draws some more people in and tempts them to. Maybe I should start uploading the let's talk about bits on the orange platform, because maybe the rules run similar to how the red platforms do, of if you're not showing like full animated scenes at a time, then they won't yell at you. Maybe I'll try doing that. I do have a lot of them like saved up in the upload to the black platform box, so maybe I'll try to upload those there as well at some point. But that's enough on that for me. Like, I shared my thoughts of their relationship is progressing great. Maybe the other girls were relationship targets at one point, but now they're just all one neat little group of friends. That's a possibility, not a guarantee, but I can't wait to see over the course of the next 2.5 months of this show. Because the first 2 episodes were already so good, and this is probably one of my favorite anime of the season. Like, top 3? Maybe. Top 5? Definitely. But you can let me know your thoughts on everything to do with this show in the comment section, because it's highly appreciated and encouraged to leave a comment to discuss with myself or others. Because whether it be the aspect of the comedy, the yuri, the rom-com, whatever it may be, always appreciated to hear from people. As well as it's always appreciated to hit the like button, subscribe to the gaming channel in the description, ring both bells, like the blue, the black, the letter, the blue atmosphere, the orange, go follow the purple prime for free. And that all being said, it has been the Blazer King. Oh, playlist. Check out the playlist here, and or have let it run, have comments or conversation with the comment section in whatever video you're on, whatever. Check out the video recommended to you by the right platform here, or the bigger version if you're watching the cut up video. And that all being said, it's been the Blazer King with King's Critiques out. Ta for now. Peace.